him with Nino. Down there below, hit the link. Hit the link down below. Get started on losing weight. And give it to your partner for Valentine's Day. I'm sure they'll be flattered. Here you go. You're fat. Oh, boy. All right. So, PatriotWear.com. Bing, right there. I'm getting used to this new setup here. Also, Nino Boxer is X. X is Nino Boxer. I'm putting a lot of stuff up there. I always give warning signs and signals, folks. We are tip of the spear on Nino's. I don't think you need to look further than the expos I put up last night. Gee, makes you go, And I got to say, Nino's Corner.tv, I did an amazing, amazing podcast with Gene Decode, The Looking Glass Wars. Now, that's going up on Nino's Corner.tv, I think today or tomorrow. I might have to put 𝗬𝗏 up next because we got some breaking information we got to talk about. So 𝗬𝗏 could be up today, most likely today. And the ghost, Kathy O'Brien, The Hunting Parties. She's up there right now. Craig Sawyer, Sawman Sawyer, talks about his past with Hillary Clinton, and also talks about, kind of sets a record straight. You know, the guy, I like the guy. You know, I know a lot of people give him a lot of shit, but I think he's really trying to, like, turn a new leaf or do something different. He's out there trying to protect the children, take down predators. Got to give him credit for that. You know, I give everyone I don't even know, like, why people are on him, but whatever. You all decide. I just put him up there. I lay it out for you all to play it out. 𝗬𝗏𝗃's coming on. Alpha Warrior's coming on. Sheila Holm is coming on Nino's Corner.tv. It's got to be the hot spot because you will not get, now let me repeat this, you will not get your information from MSN. You'll get it at Nino's Corner.tv, and you will be ahead of the ball, and you'll be able to talk to your friends, just like we were ahead of the ball in the Epstein stuff and all the shit that I said in 2020 that's happening now, and you're able to talk to your friends. They're calling you and saying, damn, you were right. They're going to be calling you about this, and you're going to be able to tell them, you ever watch Nino? I'm giving you what you need to move forward and talk to these people in a rational way. 𝗬𝗏 coming on today. The Ghost is coming on. General's tent is Stuart Swerdlow. He's going to be February 28th, 5 p.m. He's coming on. So I can't wait to talk to him. I love that guy, too. He's a great dude. I love everybody this morning. The coffee's powerful. My coffee's good. Folks, and without further ado, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Coming at you live. You all can see me a little better now. Do you guys like the new setup? Yeah, you guys see my whole body now, kind of. I don't look so, it was in my face. So I feel better about that. All right, so let's give 𝗬𝗏 a call real quick. I'm going to try to put it up against the mic here and get started. This phone sucks. This phone just sucks. It's like every time they do those updates, it's like, all right. Can you guys hear it? Can you hear it, Alex? Yeah? Thumbs up? Okay. Calling Juanito.
Hey.
Juanito, you're on. Can you hear him, Alex? Can you hear him?
Well, I can hear me, but I don't know about you.
All right, so you can, yes or no, Alex?
It's a little low if you could put it.
A little low. I'm trying to turn it up.
Oh my gosh, me low? Are you kidding me?
There you go.
Turn the dials down.
All right, so Juanito, I'm going to bring you on Nino's Corner.tv to talk about this more. I put up the tweet last night. Things are going to change. The country's going to be on its head. Am I right in saying that?
Well, it started, now that you're getting the follow-on to Fulton County, looking at the ballots there. Now we're at Maricopa. The media is not really covering it yet. You'll get that. Yeah, you'll get that later. I think they're still in shock, okay, that it's happening at all. But the important thing about both locations, Fulton County and Maricopa, isn't even what they pull out. It's what's not there anymore because they filtered it out, tried to hide things, etc. So what you're really going to find is that they tried to hide the evidence. And, you know, going back to Watergate, the cover-up is worse than the crime, right?
Right. Yeah, everyone's saying in the chat right now, Juan, they're like, no coverage at all. None.
Nothing, no.
And
Well,
I said that on my tweet last night. I go, they're going to try to throw distractions at you, like Savannah Guthrie, more noise at you. They're going to cover this. They're going to suppress it. And here it is, man. It's happening right now.
Well, and they'll find other stories and blow them up that are truly non-stories just to have a distraction. This is an existential event in the control mechanisms for not just America, but 71 other countries. Because as we prove, there has been election fraud, and it becomes unarguable. All of those articles where every time all the major mainstream media have to add to anything Trump says about 2020, his false statements about 2020, his false statements about a stolen election, his false everything, that will end. The American public won't listen to it. The material that's being presented right now, you know, you had CIA representative and 𝗬𝗏ci 𝗂𝗵𝗹 over at Director of National Intelligence. Both took original copy documents concerning the 2020 election over to the White House on Monday and gave them to...
They hand-delivered it, correct?
Hand-delivered it. Now, this was stuff that was known and had been briefed at the White House along the way. But what you just had was a formalization of these presentations, where now you have a complete, not just a briefing packet, but an action packet, where it has all the necessary material needed to, you know, make the case, prove the case.
All right, Juanito, I'm going to finish my morning show. Can I call you? We were going to do a show right after this, correct? I'll get on you right after this.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, folks. See you. Okay, Juanito, I'll call you right. We'll get on it right after this.
All right.
All right, bye. All right, folks. So I will be with 𝗬𝗏 on 𝗬𝗏𝗀𝗏 to go into this. What's happening next? What can we expect? I kind of know. A lot of people are going to be clickety-clank, motherfucker. All right, so, all right, let's get on with the show. All right, so this also means what we're also going to cover on 𝗬𝗏𝗀𝗏 right after this is the moves for the deep state. What are they going to do? And they're going to make some big moves, guaranteed. Their cheerleader, their front man, is Gavin Newsom. Well, it's Obama and Gavin Newsom, but the way they're going to play this out is a tag team effort. And let me get into this. So let's first talk about Maricopa, just for a second. So DHS raided Maricopa County elections minutes ago today. But who put it up last night? Me. I'm the first, baby. Yeah. All right. So stay tuned, America. They say the corrupt Maricopa County Board of Supervisors and their election department are in full panic mode. They never saw this coming. They all just thought it was hearsay. Crazy people like Nino on the internet talking about this stuff. You actually listen to that guy? He's crazy. He's crazy. Oh, he's only got about 500,000 following. He's not. He's a little guy. But I'm right. Way ahead of the ball. And I'm serious and I'm confident in what I have to say every step of the way. I'm very dead serious where we're going and what direction we're headed. People are going to get arrested. I've said it for 6 years. I'm saying it again. There is nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. It's coming. The election director is seen in full day sweats today. He's panicked out of his mind. The Board of Supervisors, past and present, are corrupt to the core. So now the deep state is fumbling and they don't know what to do. So they're going to go to plan C, D, and E, and F. Globalist elite who control all our politicians looks more and more like it's going to be civil unrest and chaos that's coming. They have no choice. We're pushing them into the corner. They're going to have no choice. More and more blue states are demanding ICE leave those states right now and create laws that deliberately go against Trump and deliberately undermine the police, undermine ICE for the police not to cooperate or facilitate with any help with ICE. The blue states are doing this right now. It's important to note that Gavin Newsom is leading the charge and the rebellion as he targets a 2028 run, which he won't. Don't worry about that. But anyway, we'll just go with it. Okay, he's targeting a 2028 run. Fist boom, rah, rah, get your cheer, pom bombs out. He won't make it that far. Gavin Newsom has successfully rejoined the World Health Organization, defying Trump's federal order to withdraw. What's more, other states are expected to follow. What are their hopes? Civil unrest and chaos, and hopefully to break away from the United States. But I won't get ahead of myself there. So what does this mean? It means that these states are setting up the table or setting the table for something more sinister. I'm going to bet they hear the whispers that Donald Trump is expected to sign the executive order for fair and secure elections, in-person paper ballots. Now, I don't know if you saw Eric Holt on my show just the other day. I put him on. He's on Rumble because it's dealing with what I'm talking about now, which why I'm doing a Fluff Tube show about this, I don't know. But Eric Holt talks about how in-person paper ballots, they even rigged that. And he caught them. So I think he's very important to listen to. He's on my 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 and my Rumble. Very important. He's the fire chief that busted him. And they ruined and wrecked his life. Eric Holt in 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, Colorado. He's a fire chief down there. Was the fire chief. Busted him, wrecked his life. Or he busted them, and they wrecked his life. So you better believe right now they're hearing the whispers that Donald Trump is going to sign that executive order, move forward with it, declare a national emergency. As of right now, he is in the works of taking down the cartels. Now, this is going to get, I believe, my opinion, that he's having to neutralize this threat right now in order to move forward with the election stuff coming in the next days, weeks, and months. Because why? Well, cartel warfare. And they still have that card. Now, there's a buffer zone from what I'm hearing that is going to be developing in Mexico. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 worked a deal to where our U.S. military and drones will be patrolling 20 miles deep into Mexico. That's crazy. Never before. Never before. It's going to be a neutral zone from what I'm hearing. I'll have Juan go into that more on 𝗬𝗏scorner.tv. 𝗬𝗏scorner.tv today is going to be fire. I just want to tell you that right now. So what does this mean? What does this all mean? It means they know they will not win a fair election, the deep state. So what will they resort to? And I'm dead serious when I say this. Halt or delay the election with hopes in buying some time for themselves while spiraling the country into civil unrest or they hope, a civil war. Look no further than Leave the World Behind with Obama, who produced it on Netflix. Same shit. Okay? Predictive programming, conditioning you. And then what could we see happen? Well, what we could see happen, how about blue states start breaking away and seceding from the Union? Accomplishing the globalist goal of breaking apart the United States. At least that's their goal. That's what they want. So here's what I think is happening. Trump is releasing the Epstein files to further vilify the guilty and perverted. He's also giving the blue states what they want by pulling ICE back and not invoking the Insurrection Act. He's going to let it get out of hand for the time being. Why? Because he's going to let them play their final hand and throw the Hail Mary of chaos. Then he wins the court of public opinion. People are going to be like, why aren't you arresting the Epstein clients? Why aren't you putting ICE in these cities? They're out of control. What kind of president do we have? He's not taking any action. All part of the plan. All part of the master plan. Yeah. Oh, boy. So then he'll drop the sledgehammer of military in the cities with sweeping military arrests, baby. Yeah. Are y'all getting used to my this new setup here? Do you guys like it? It's a little different, right? It's a little different. Sancho's a little different over here. It needs to get to this point, the big finale. So this is my theory. The Mexican drones. The Mexican drones. So a lot of people, there's a lot of articles coming out right now saying that the cartel drones were really UFOs. And they were here to abduct Sancho. But they didn't. So, yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see any UFOs. And I see them all the time. But I didn't see them this time. So I don't know. I think it was a cartel drone breaching airspace, and they shut down the airspace. That's what I think it is. I'm sticking with that story for now. So, administration ordered to facilitate return of Venezuelans deported to El Salvador. So judges always override Donald Trump, right? Yeah, that's what it seems like. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg has ordered the Trump administration to facilitate the return of the Venezuelan migrants who he deported to El Salvador's 𝗪𝗏𝗏 prison last year in violation of a court order. Jeez. Boasberg on Thursday criticized the administration's refusal to offer remedies for the deportees for what he called the 𝗬𝗶𝗱𝗏 of government due process violations. Our starting point is the court's prior finding that the deportees were denied due process. These are illegal immigrants. And he's saying they weren't allowed due process. They're not American citizens. And I'm sure Trump's not going to listen to this. I'm sure it's going to get override. It's going to be overridden. I don't see how this can stand, in my opinion. I'll ask Juanito about this more today on .tv, but the fact that this lawfare, and that's another big thing, lawfare, that also has to stop. The fact that they're using so much lawfare to muddy up the system is what's buying them the time. This is how they're able to fight back. They own the system, and the system needs to come down. And what's the only way the system comes down? A national emergency, military. That's how the system comes down. You go to military law. That's where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to talk more about this on 𝗏𝗏𝐶𝗀𝗏TV today. It's going to be fire today. Today's 𝗏𝗏𝐶𝗀𝗏TV is going to be fire. I'm going to work on it all day. I'm also going to bring the Ghost on. I talked to Ghost this morning. Lots of things coming. Trump administration will end immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota, Homan says. Border czar Tom Homan said President Donald Trump has agreed with his proposal to conclude a federal immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota. Homan last week had announced a drawdown of 700 agents from that area, encompassing Minneapolis and St. Paul, roughly 25% pullback that still led about 2,000 officers in place. Homan's announcement came less than 3 weeks after Trump deployed him to Minnesota to run immigration operations there, replacing Border Patrol Commander at-large Gregory Bobino. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison got in a heated exchange with Senator Ron Johnson over the deaths of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Petty in Minneapolis. So we're pulling back, folks, so that they can move forward. You got to understand. We understand what they're going to do. We know they're walking into a trap. They're walking into a trap. So pull back, let them make the move, start releasing all the election stuff. This is art of war. This is art of war right here. This is what Trump follows. And if you all follow Nino'sCorner.tv, my show on YouTube, it's strategy. Pull back, let them make their move, and then go in. Go in. And then, so see, Trump has not invoked the Insurrection Act. He's not done anything like that. But when he drops the sledgehammer, oh, you'll know it. So border czar Tom Homan on Thursday said President Donald Trump has agreed to conclude the months-long federal immigration enforcement surge in Minnesota. So a lot of people are like, yay, we won. A lot of liberals are saying, we pushed him back. We did what we did. See, I told you, we take action. We do lawlessness. We have protests. We win. We win. Yeah, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. You're walking. You're being herded. You're not even walking in your own mind. You're getting herded into a trap. That's what's happening. And when the sledgehammer drops, like I said, it will drop hard. Hard. Trump administration working to expand effort to strip citizenship from foreign-born Americans. What? Yeah, I don't know about this, folks. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. I don't know. You give me your thoughts in the comments. The Trump administration is dramatically expanding an effort to revoke U.S. citizenship from foreign-born Americans as it works to curb immigration, according to two people familiar with the plans. So this is kind of controversial. Over the past several months, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the agency within the Department of Homeland Security that's responsible for legal immigration, has been sending experts to its offices around the country for reassigning staff members to focus on whether some citizens' process to those officials could now be denaturalized, these people said. So the goal of emphasizing naturalized citizens to supply the Office of Immigration Litigation with 100 to 200 possible cases per month, one of the people familiar with the plan said. Such cases have typically been very rare, involving people who concealed criminal histories or previous human rights violations during their application process. So the liars, the people that lied on their application. The New York Times first reported the quota. So interesting. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. And folks, I really do appreciate the super chats. It helps me going. If you rather give to me on Venmo, it helps me. I'm trying to put some money forward into building the studio better so I can better serve you. And I look more professional. I'm not so ghetto. Because I'm pretty ghetto. Sancho likes the ghetto-ness sometimes. So, Nicolas Maduro. Now, remember, all of this is happening now with the Maricopa County raid, Georgia. All of this stuff is happening, really right around the time Maduro gets captured. He was an important component, a very important component to all of this. We have the canary in the mine. Nicolas Maduro is still, this is funny. So listen to this. 𝗬𝗪cie Rodriguez says, this is 𝗬𝗪cie Rodriguez who's running the country right now. She's still saying that, oh, Nicolas Maduro, he's still in charge. He's still the legitimate president of Venezuela. Acting leader 𝗬𝗪cie Rodriguez says, but believe me when I tell you, she's in constant contact with Trump, and Trump has strings connected to her like a marionette doll. All right? She's a placeholder, and she knows what time it is. So whatever she says, as I read this article, take it with a grain of salt. Nicolas Maduro is still the legitimate leader of Venezuela, the country's acting president said in an exclusive interview on NBC News. I can tell you, President Nicolas Maduro is the legitimate president. I will tell you this as a lawyer that I am. Both President Maduro and Celia Flores, the First Lady, are both innocent, acting President 𝗬𝗪cie Rodriguez told NBC News. Meet the press moderator, Kristen. Well, this is why you can't trust MSN, man. They just bring the bullshit. You know, they bring the propaganda, they bring the bullshit. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it's going to die. It's going to crumble. It's going to be over with. Just going out on a limb. And I think starting in 2026, with all the election stuff, as this moves forward, you'll see why. You'll see why it completely goes down. You'll see why. So for this kind of rhetoric from 𝗬𝗪cie Rodriguez to say, oh, he's still the acting president, I'm taking the orders from him while he's behind bars, couldn't be further from the truth. Further from the truth. But it's almost like she has to keep instigating this or perpetuating this bullshit, right, to the press to give them something that Maduro was innocent. Meanwhile, we're raiding Georgia and Maricopa County. Telling you folks, you got to pay attention for what's happening behind the scenes. So do you all remember the seditious 6 Mark Kelly? And, you know, these people are arrogant and they're very prideful. Lawfare has been unleashed. We know that. But just says Pete Hegseth is unlawfully retaliating against Senator Mark Kelly over illegal orders. Notice all these judges coming to the deep state rescue. It's always these judges. A federal judge on Thursday shut down Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's attempts to punish Democrat Senator Mark Kelly over his urging of U.S. service members to refuse illegal orders, ruling that the Pentagon chief's actions were unconstitutionally retaliatory. The decision landed 2 days after a grand jury in Washington, D.C. declined to approve charges sought by federal prosecutors against the Arizona senator and several other Democratic lawmakers who taped a video last year warning that threats to our Constitution are coming from right here at home, signaling Donald Trump, and repeatedly implored service members and the intelligence community to refuse illegal orders. Together, the grand jury declination and ruling from the senior U.S. Judge Richard Leon represent major impediments to efforts by aides of President Donald Trump to use the levers of government to punish Kelly, a retired Navy captain and former astronaut, over his participation. More lawfare, more problems that will be dealt with. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's coming. It's all coming. Lawfare is what they're using. That's their biggest tool right now, keeping them alive, keeping their nose above water while Trump's in office. That's going to go away for them. That's going to go away for all of them. And they're going to just be rats drowning, climbing over each other, rolling on each other, self-deleting, homicides, the whole thing. Folks, I'm telling you, it's all coming. It's all coming, man. I'm telling you, man. Shit. Wow, what a time we're living in. Oh, my coffee's getting, it's getting cold. Sancho does not like cold coffee. Oh, there's a dead deep stater right there. Look at that. Look how cute. Oh, boy. Former British Prime Minister was involved in a threesome. And I don't know if you've seen the looks of this guy. I can't believe he would ever even have a onesome. So, was involved in a threesome with Ghislaine Maxwell, Andrew 𝗀𝗏 claims. A former British Prime Minister was involved in a threesome with convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell. Royal historian Andrew 𝗀𝗏 has claimed in a new Daily Mail Deep Dive podcast. 𝗀𝗏 joined Daily Mail and Mail on Sunday columnist Sarah Vine to make sense of the latest release from the Epstein files by the U.S. Department of Justice. Last week, the DOJ released its largest trench of documents yet from its investigation into predator financier Jeffrey Epstein, constituting more than 3 million papers, pictures, and videos. Now, I'm hearing the next trove of this stuff is going to implicate some of your most favorite celebrities, people that think they're off the hook. I mean, can you imagine how stressed out these people are? They are not sleeping. And I'm going to bet, I think that very soon people, once this marinates enough and they're demanding justice, just like they demanded the Epstein files, just like they were, gotta have the Epstein files, where are they? And Trump's like, I don't know, I think it's a big hoax. He was playing them. It's poker, folks. This is a casino royale for all the marbles, right? He was playing them, baiting them in. They were foaming from the mouth. Their claws were out. Their teeth were out. We know you're in there. And then finally they dumped. And now everyone's scavenging through them, finding all this stuff. And I'm hearing the next bit's going to be even crazier. And then after that, people are going to be demanding arrests to the point that they're going to be taking matters into their own hands, camping out in front of celebrities' houses that were on the list or whatever, the files, and demanding justice. Yeah, that's going to be what the next few years will look like. Crazy times coming ahead. Remember, folks, you got to win the court of public opinion. You got to win the court of public opinion. So in El Paso news, which we don't have much, Laser weapon that shut down El Paso skies was a locust system. The counter drone weapon that caused a shutdown over El Paso's airspace on Wednesday was 𝗬𝗏𝗡's locust system, a 20 kilowatt laser system. Axis has confirmed the Army sees the cutting-edge weapon as a way to combat drones about firing expensive interceptors. But the Federal Aviation Administration was so concerned about it, used that it shut down the airspace around a major city for nearly 8 hours. But other people are saying, a lot of other people in El Paso are saying that eyewitness reports say it was a mysterious craft hovering over El Paso that upends Trump administration's balloon claim. Claims that U.S. airspace was shut down because of a party balloon have been popped by new videos appearing all over the internet, and they're everywhere. And I didn't see any UFOs. Just saying, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see it. But I mean, I don't even know of anybody who saw it. So this stuff, I saw one video, and now they're saying that, oh, the UFOs were invading El Paso. Not true. I'm not hearing anything about this, but eyewitness accounts. One eyewitness driving near El Paso International Airport on Tuesday pulled over to record what they described as a mothership. Now, I didn't see this. It doesn't mean it didn't happen, but a mothership floating above the ground in the distance, which was releasing smaller objects from its underside. Now, I don't know if there's video on this, Alex. I don't know if you could pull this up, but I have not seen this video, so maybe I'm speaking out of my ass right now because I didn't see this video. The sighting shared the crowdsourced UFO reporting platform Enigma occurred just hours before a large swath of U.S. airspace was abruptly closed for special security reasons. So they're saying that a UFO was, I heard it was a drone. I don't know. Is that, see, but you can't really tell, right, Alex? Yeah, that's what they're saying. They're saying that's the mothership right there. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's hard to see anything.
Is that the only video?
This is the one that's on the
all right, don't worry about it.
article site. I'll keep looking though.
I want to get a copyright claim on that. Yeah, just take it. Yeah, I don't know. But to me, it seems, I think it was a drone, but I guess, well, I mean, look, if it happened once, I'm guessing it's going to happen again and again and again. And I believe, from what I've been told, that it was cartels kind of just testing the waters, seeing what they can get away with. And what they've learned is, well, hell, man, we can shut down all of El Paso's airspace. I don't know. To me, that's a big thing. That's a huge weapon. If you can shut down airspace for 8 hours, and they said 10 days, like this could have gone on 10 days. Well, you could break a whole economy. Just my thoughts on that. So this next article I want to kind of bring to your all's attention because 𝗬𝗏𝗏's been on my programs many times with his briefings. Love him or hate him, I know he's getting briefed. I trust the guy in a lot of ways. That's why I bring him on. And I think things are happening. So this is a article about the interstellar comet 3I Atlas. Now, you heard it first from 𝗬𝗏𝗏 that he heard from his people that it was releasing some kind of arsenic or something in the atmosphere. But here it says, interstellar comet 3I Atlas is spraying water across the solar system. That's crazy. But kind of lines up with what 𝗬𝗏𝗏 was saying about it was spraying something. Now, was it water or arsenic? I don't know. The discovery suggested that alien planetary systems may harbor familiar ingredients for life. For millions of years, a frozen wanderer drifted between the stars before slipping into our solar system as 3I Atlas, only the third known interstellar comet ever spotted. When scientists turned NASA's Swift observatory toward it, they caught the first ever hint of water from such an object, detected through a faint ultraviolet glow of 𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏 gas. Even more surprising, the comet was blasted out water at a rate of about 40 kilograms per second while still far from the sun. Maybe they're trying to put out the sun. I don't know. Anyway, much farther from most comets. Switch on. So this thing is behaving very irregular. It's the There's a lot of anomalies with this thing. I don't know what to believe. I don't know if it's true. I don't trust NASA. I know that every picture they show of the Earth is CGI. So excuse me, and the moon landing. You're never going to convince me on that one. So excuse me if I don't believe that this 3i Atlas even exists. I'm really there. I don't even know if this thing really exists. I'm more on, and you know, say what you want about me, but I'll say I don't know. I'm fine with saying I don't know what's out there. I'm tending to believe. You know, all the proof from down here kind of shows the Earth being flat, and I kind of feel like there's firmament. And I'm not saying we're just a round disk floating in space, but I'm just saying I don't know, and I don't think they're telling us what our reality really is. And I think we're living in some kind of weird simulation. And I just think that this could be all made up. I think this whole comet thing could be made up. That's all I'm saying. That's my personal opinion. I don't know how you all feel about it. Let me put on the show from my phone. You guys like my Sancho impression today? Yes, it's very good. All right, so swarm of 35 million interstellar objects was just discovered within the Earth's orbit around the sun. Yeah, you heard that right. Survey. So this sounds to me like they're getting ready to play the alien card, folks. This is where I'm going with this. You know, you can get your news from someone else, but I feel like this is where they're headed with this. Survey telescopes like the existing NSF DOE Rubin Observatory for the southern sky or planned Argus array for the northern sky are sensitive to reflecting sunlight from interstellar objects at a distance comparable to the Earth-Sun separation that are larger than our biggest rocket, Starship, namely more than 100 meters in diameter. Fortunately, we can also discover much smaller interstellar objects by using the Earth's atmosphere as the detector. When a 3-meter object collides with Earth, its friction on air generates a meteor fireball with an energy output comparable to the Hiroshima atomic bomb. Now, according to 𝗬𝗶𝗹𝗶𝗶, he doesn't believe in nuclear bombs, but, you know, hell, what do we know? What do we really know? Such an explosion is easily detectable by the U.S. government satellites, which are monitoring Earth routinely for the heat emitted by the launch of ballistic missiles from adversarial nations. When deemed unclassified, the meteor fireballs detected by these warning systems are reported in NASA's CNEO's fireball catalog available there. Yesterday, I co-authored my postdoc, Richard Elite, a new paper posted here that reported the discovery of 2-meter scale interstellar meteor candidates in the owned CNEOS catalog. By exploiting a empirically collaborated uncertainty model from 2025, we have found 2 events that robustly exceed the escape velocity from the solar system. So they're seeing these objects. Man, there's a lot of them here. CNEOS 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, CNEOS 27. Objects that are now new objects around our sun. I mean, are they mothers? Are they ships? Are they UFOs? I mean, obviously they don't know what these are. They're saying they're meteor candidates, but they really don't know what they are. So UFOs that are circling our planet, our solar system, are we about to get invaded? I mean, is that what they want you to believe here? That's where this shit's leading to. That's all I'm saying. These articles are showing that. Until I see it in a telescope myself, I'll believe it, okay? But hey, maybe they're here in El Paso. Maybe El Paso is the first place. Man, maybe that's the case. Maybe they're going to use El Paso as like the tip of the spear for this UFO invasion. And believe me, folks, I'll be on it like white on rice. So this is pretty crazy news. I was gonna use this as what the fuck news, but I decided I'll use it just for before the what the fuck news. But state officials moved to limit Saudi Arabia from pumping unlimited water from drought-stricken Arizona. This is huge. First of all, I didn't know Saudi Arabia was stealing our water from Arizona. And if you go look at Lake Mead in Nevada and Arizona and Nevada, it's dry as a bone. So it would make sense that Saudi Arabia was taking our water. Arizona has moved to limit a Saudi-owned alfalfa farm and other mega farms from essentially exporting water to their countries via crop growth, leaving local wells dry. So they're taking our water and using it in Saudi Arabia. How is this even legal? What's happening in 2015, the Center of Investigation Reporting warned that Saudi Arabia's agricultural industry was on the verge of collapse. A kingdom that was once a top exporter of wheat saw its ancient aquifers drying up the following year and ended domestic wheat production at scale. With its aquifers not expected to refill naturally for tens of thousands of years, Saudi Arabia began seeking solutions elsewhere. According to this investigation, its largest dairy company purchased 9,600 acres in Arizona and began growing hay to feed its livestock. Wow, I don't see how this is legal, man. While Saudi Arabia could better support its needs back home, Arizona residents saw troublesome effects. As the cool down previously covered, the Copper Courier reported that years of corporate groundwater over extraction, included from mega farms like Saudi Arabia, has caused some properties to sink by at least 3 feet, folks. Residents also say their wells have begun to run dry. So that's what's happening in Arizona. They're giving their water to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I would think in my mind that's highly illegal. I don't see how that's even done. So many things need to be changed. China is buying up all our farmland. Saudi Arabia is taking our water. We're like I don't know. We're like the whore of the world. Everyone's just take while we pay taxes. I'm telling you, folks. So many politicians have to go to jail. They have to go to jail. This buddy system, these earmarks, this whole system is corrupt. It's all corrupt. And now we're feeding other countries. They're taking from us, giving our land to China, giving our water to Saudi Arabia. Nothing for us, and we're working like dogs to pay taxes as they take 36% of our shit. I don't know. I'm mad about it. I don't know about you all. I'm pretty pissed off about it. Crazy. All right, so let's get to some what the fuck news. What the fuck news? And what the fuck news? You know, I'm starting to like RFK more and more, especially after this article. RFK Jr. boasts he's not scared of germs because he used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. That makes 2 of us, vato. So, back in the day, I used to do some crazy stuff, folks. But everyone knows my past. And it was a hell of a ride. It was a hell of a past. Almost got me killed a few times, but I definitely had an amusement park. I treated my body like an amusement park. Now I'm treating it like a temple. Well, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to do better for my body. That's why I do the red light stuff, the methylene blue, you know, all this stuff. I'm trying to hopefully add some years to my life. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. revealed on Theo Vaughn's podcast that the two met years ago in rehab for substance abuse. I didn't know that. Theo and I know each other. Can I say where we know each other? Kennedy began. We've been in recovery together for years. That's where we met each other, like 7 a.m. meetings above the bank over there. Vaughn said, yeah, that was a good meeting. They shut down those during COVID, Kennedy said, and Vaughn called that heartbreaking. We still did live meetings every day during COVID. Kennedy continued. We moved from the bank. There was about 15 of us. We moved from the bank and we got into the Palisades Playhouse, which burned down during the fire, but it was kind of a pirate group. The HHS secretary then explained why he decided to go to the meeting while dropping a bizarre flex about his immune system. I mean, for me, I said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to a meeting every day, he explained. And I said, I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off toilet seats. And I know this disease will kill me if I don't treat it, which means for me, going to meetings every day. He's talking about his drug and alcohol disease. He added, for me, it was survival. Bond mentioned seeing a photo of Kennedy with Kid Rock, who recently played the alternative Super Bowl halftime show for a Turning Point. Blech. I saw you with Kid Rock. Pretty cool, dude. Vaughn said he used to say he used to have cocaine and oysters together. That's the meal. That's a meal, dude. I think that's like an aphrodisiac. Cocaine and oysters. Wow. I'm saving a seat for him, Kennedy joked. Yeah, he's one of a kind, man. He's a brother only. He has one leg, too. You know that, right? Vaughn asked. I didn't know he only had one leg. Kid Rock has one leg? I don't know if that's true. Can someone put it in the chat if that's true? Does Kid Rock only have one leg? Can you look that up, Alex? Does he only have one leg? He used to have his meal. That's he's one of a kind, man. His brother. Oh, his brother only has one leg. All right, so I guess Kid Rock's brother only has one leg. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, his brother. All right, people are putting it in the chat right now. Oh, folks, I'm telling you what. So I'm going to jump on with 𝗬𝗏 right now. 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗲𝗏. It's going to be fire. We're going to be talking about what's happening live, boots on the ground in Maricopa County right now. He has people there right now. I'm going to jump on with him before it's too late. I got to catch him. So, folks, I'm out of here. Alex, it's been a great show. Let me know, folks, if you like the new setup. We're adding some things here, and I really appreciate the super. Do we have super chats, Alex? Oh.
Yes, good call. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dan, what does that say? Dan Misery, 917?
Dennis Ray,
Dennis
917.
Ray, dude, what the hell is wrong with my eyesight? What? Can I just not read too good? Hey, yo. All right. What does that say? Max TTBXN?
Yeah.
BXN?
8X.
Dave, there's no way you can still believe that Trump is playing 5D chess, right? Yes, I do. His whole team is rotten now. To 𝗬𝗏 Epstein, folks, I have a luxury of talking to certain people. And I have very keen instincts from fighting. That's why I was 36-0 at my very peak. I have very keen instincts, and I'm going to tell you, it's the art of war. Look weak where you're really strong. And I see you here. You're saying 𝗵𝗶𝗀 is a joke. He'll sadly be out soon. You have no idea what's coming. You really don't. And this is brilliant strategy. And I'm probably one of the only podcasters saying this, and that's fine with me. That's fine with me because I know I'm right. So, and if you're on 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏TV, you're ahead of the ball too. You get what's going on. So I suggest get over to 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏TV. That little donation you gave me could have been used for 𝗬𝗏𝗠𝗏𝗏TV. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you, though. Thank you. I still respect everyone's opinions, and I respect yours. 𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏, super sticker. Thank you so much. 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏, 77.
Yeah. 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 or
I
something.
don't know. Super sticker. Wow. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you. That's huge. River Rat 6 super sticker. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much, River Rat. Thank you. 𝗀𝗃𝗏𝗄𝗏 super sticker. Thank you so much, Kelly. You're always there. Dennis, what does that say? Burrows 7921 super sticker. Thank you, Denise.
Denise.
Sorry, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes when the letters run together, I get a little confused. Hey, yo. Queen of Diamonds 777. Happy Valentine's Day, Nino, to your family and all your wonderful moderators on Nino's Corner. Best live podcast. Normies are waking up. Yeah. Queen of Diamonds 777 is happy. Oh, okay. Future Miracle. Future Miracle. Thank you, Sancho. You're so crazy. You're so crazy, David. Scotness Monster. Nino, do you have a good Striker Kitty Nino friend relationship? How's the little guy doing? He lives upstairs and that's it. He doesn't come downstairs. He's traumatized. He has PTSD. He just stays upstairs. I've saved his life twice. So that's why he's scared of going outside. So I found him in the middle of traffic. I flipped a bitch, did a U-turn, picked him up like a shortstop, threw him in my car. He was just a little kitty. He would have gotten run over. I was looking at him in the rear view, and I was like, oh, he's going to get hit. And in my heart of hearts, I was like, but do I really need a cat? And you know what? I love him. He's awesome. I love having Striker. He's a great cat. He's a great little friend. He's annoying. He pees on a lot of my clothes. That sucks, but I love him. I'm not getting rid of him. He's my good little friend, and he's a good replacement after Axel. I didn't think Axel, after I put down Axel, that a cat would be the replacement, but it's pretty cool. Kelly Ray 982, love it, Big David, great show today. What do we? What do we say to these naysayers? Just let them keep. They're gonna keep existing. Just don't worry about it. They're gonna be. They're all gonna have their foots in their mouth. Trust me. They're all gonna be eating crow. All of them. All of them. And then they're gonna be the same people that come later and say, "Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. It's whatever. I'm so used to that." Jessica Florentino 311. Thank you so much, Jessica. And that is it. All right. Nino, God saved you for such a time as this. That's Jeanette, somebody. Nino, God saved you for such a time as this. All right. Thank you so much. Is that it? Cindy Shipley, thank you, Nino. You are treasured. Blessings to your family. What does Juan think of MSM will be eliminated? I'll talk to him about that today on ninoscorner.tv. Folks, I'll see you there. And then the General's tent is Stuart Swerdlow this month. We are a growing community. It's awesome. I'll see you at ninoscorner.tv right now with 𝗬𝗏. I'll make sure I put it up today. I'll do my best. All right, folks. And Gene Decode talking about the Looking Glass Wars. 2 incredible podcasts going on .tv right now. I'll see you folks later. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the Black Sheep of broadcasting, baby. All right, folks, Maricopa County has been raided, and you won't find a single story about it on the internet. Crazy times we're living in. They're suppressing it, so I got to be really, really careful with FluffTube. Folks, do you like the new setup? I'm having to look straight forward now. It's a little different. I got a different camera, so I'm working with some different things here now. We're making gradual improvements. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the little script that I put together for the day. Folks, hit the notification button. Hit the notification button, baby. Also, Venmo, 𝗬𝗏1977, 𝗬𝗏1977. Also, when the lights go out on Amazon, please leave an honest review. And then the Mexican Mix, my mama's book. Leave an honest review for that as well. And folks, let me just put this up real quick. Show the tweet that I put up 11 hours ago. I said, I'll be right. This was 11 hours ago, or longer than that now, 13 hours, whatever. Last night, I said, I'll be right. Election 2020 will be exposed and turn the country on its head. MSN will try to cover it up and use more stories and distractions like Savannah Guthrie. What is coming will change everything. Keep your eyes on the ball. I said this last night. Today, Maricopa County gets raided. Now, do I know something or is this divine? You all decide on that. But I'm going to say this. We have people on the ground right now in Maricopa County. So I'm going to bring in 𝗬𝗏 on to talk about this in just in about a moment. He's going to be on the phone. And we're going to discuss this. Then we're going to ninoscorner.tv to talk about everything that's coming, everything that you should prepare for, and everything that's coming. It's game time. And Juan has been putting some very ominous tweets up. I do too. If you watch my stuff, if you look at my stuff, you know that I put stuff up to kind of signal what's coming. So, folks, another thing I should signal, and that's coming, is weight loss. You got to lose.